Welcome everyone to the 9th episode of Tonpuusen by ChunmanTV. We are playing Ho East and we are starting off with the hand is mediocre, but it's definitely playable here in Tonpuusen. We are facing a Tendon here. A Tendon, oh my, it's 2300. We are probably getting wrecked here, but keep the 19. And then a Tony on the right, and then a 7 ton with about the same R as us here on the left. We won't be. Okay, it's Tonpuu fast as well, so we just have to make a decision there. Like, I don't think that this really matters. The 9 pieces can put against 2 players. Just see. Oh my god, I hate it so much. I hated C so much, but the 3 pins are just almost dead afterwards anyway. Oh, and we don't have Laku. No, dit is zo te zijn. No, dit is Tora. Let's one man. I don't know, perhaps an honor was better. You lost out on Tora acceptance after the T. I don't know what we are doing, but we are playing Tonpuusen. We have 3 Tora, or like we have 2 confirmed Tora, and then the floating Tora 2 pin. We have to just cut it because it just steals in later on. It will just steal in. We still need a pair though, but at least we have like 5 blocks here, right? The south is still Sompai. Simoza can have it. Torment probably not. Unless I'm missing some Sansaku or something like that. You can read it here. The 9 pin is safe enough. Here. Still 2 away here. Northcott across. 8 man. Just read it. It's very safe. And it might go into Kamicha later. Just have lead Tonpuusen course, so the 3 so is okay, but the 3 pin is just so Tonpuusen like 2000 here, west from Akatora, and we have a promising hand here. Just west. It's east something here for constant 3 pin, and we are headless. And this is why we kept the 9 so, by the way, for horizontal acceptance. We don't need to west tanky because the 3 pin has only 3 tiles left. Wait, is that Bido? It's a Simakiri. Yeah, I think it's a Simakiri because this is 258 here, 1 4 and a 3 pin here, and then 7 8 9. So here is Tonpuu. That is. Wait. Oh my god. Oh, I had some trouble figuring out the weight. To be honest, but like 1 Scott 8 so is good enough here. I mean, it's not a Thunder slide, but it's still nice slide. It doesn't do anything this format for our hand because we don't have Thunder. The weight is ultra big, but it's certainly good enough. It's good enough. If we had like a floating middle tower 3 through 7, we would probably wait. Or we might break with 2 Tora, Stilo. There's just nothing to do. Then press the Riichi button. It's long Suchi. It's slightly a bonus as well. Because people will be more willing to push the 5 so, and then the 8 so becomes Suchi, and then the 8 so is just win. Instant win. Well, it kinda is. When it's Suchi, it becomes like very easy to run. If there were only 2 left, it's really mediocre, but I think we can still reach it with only 2 left. On the 8 that is, or on the 2. Constant 2. There aren't that many Suchis out so that the monster is mostly safe. Hopefully someone tests the 5 so half Suchi, and then the 8 so becomes Suchi. That's the upgrade here, but we we had like a 5-8 here as well, but we would wait way too long for any meaningful upgrade. The so should see, let's see here on the left, another 6-0. If we see 2 more 6-0s, the 8-0 is also an easy room, but it's just like way too late for it to become KB. One more 6-0, one more 6-0 into easy room, or like it's not easy room because all the Suchis are dead now. So you shouldn't trust Suchi anymore, or KB for that matter. 5 is safe. It was half Suchi. This 9-0 probably fixes 8-0s or something. I don't know. 7-0s here on the left. I don't think Toyman is Tempai. No, they aren't. They just folded out. Okay, 3,000 points, or like 2,000 points, because he paid 1,000. It's just very good in Tonpuusen, and on the other hand here. I should also be just playing fast, like I'm thinking way too long on the decisions. I should just play a little bit more by the feel. Just, you know, I like 1-1 here, I like 1-1 here. There will be no log analysis afterwards because there isn't an AI. It's technically a Naka AI, I guess, that does Tonpuusen, but I don't have a Naka subscription. But if the Tonpuusen series is going well, and if I get a little bit more views, if I grow my channel slightly more, I will get a Naka subscription because that is the next major upgrade, and I can have my Inside the Mind of a Horror series analyzed by Naka. I think 2-man here. The Sansaku is interesting though. The Sansaku is interesting, but I think the Katsuki is just way better with the Tora acceptance here on the Forza, with the very strong connect Forza here in the Pintaus. The Sansaku isn't even confirmed. That is also kind of the issue. Wait, this 7-man. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure on this 7-man. Okay, the pins are now completely toast because this Forza connects to the Tora, and the connect Forza is it better? I'm not 100% sure which is better, the connect 4 or the Nakapukure shape. I need to do some studying for that because the Nakapukure gives you. I did my deal in, but yeah. Oh no! Oh, the Tora 3. At least it's not a toy. Not a toy, but like it's just like that. So we are COTK behind here, so it's not the end of the world. But like it's actually so stupid that they could pawn the 7-man for me and the 3 pins here on the left, and then they had the Thunder Toy Sans with Tora 3, because those are really hard to pawn. If we get like if we get one Aka, we will be calling everything here. 12. Nah, we can keep the pills. We can keep the Zitoids alive. We just have to win. Or like we have to maximize our win rate. But I hate this 4-man now. Because we need the Aka for any value. Or that Aka here on the right. This also. What do we think Kamitsa has though? Because it almost doesn't feel like Honitsu, but like it's not much else because they got the Tora acceptance here. They don't have that many Pinsitas. Like I kinda have to put them on a half class here. But yeah, the 5 so this Green Dragon it will be probably pushed at some point, but if we are not advancing our hand. Is it 2 so 2? Nah, it's 1. Is it Sompai? You can 6 pin. to hatch everything or to defend more. It is like more of a defensive card. Okay, there are the green dragons. We can just Shimakiri them now for Thunder, 1 Tora. Sounds good chance, but it's very hard. It's a 1/4 here. Not a total, but still pretty massive. There might be a south extension here. We are playing for the south extension, basically. Just see the honors. We want a painful hand, painful Tora hand. We want a Mangan Sumo. Eight ping, please. The green second backfire is not that big of a backfire here because we really want a close hand here. So even if we pawn for 2000, it's probably okay to pawn for 2000, but it's really not like doing us any good with like down like 7-8k. I really hope that this doesn't turn into some 7 pairs hands. To pin. What is the best draw? 8 pin is of course the best draw here. On the 9 pin, it's not the worst, but still we kinda need an 8 pin. If we get like one more pair, we have to proceed to its Tora Tanki. There's just no way to get the 5 pins here on the left. Very funny. Like there's no point in defending here because we have to push. You can. Nah, we have to 7 pin here. Like Sananko, it's just a meme. It's just not fair. Oh no. Oh, full of incoming. Spoiler alert. Or like, I don't know. Like, ooh, we just missed Tempai. We just missed Tempai. Ugly. Oh no. The 518 is so bad here as well. Oh, what are we doing? Should have been. Yeah, we missed a. Did we miss the Ipatsu run here? I think so. But there were only 3 tiles versus 2 tiles. And it was Kamputsu. Not that it really matters. Or like there is some build where we get into Rikoku, which might be important for us. Where we kind of have to defend a little bit, but we have the Haite 8 pin Kami 8 pin. I'm not 100% sure on this cut. I'm not 100% sure. Oh no, minus 3k, 6-9 here on the right, 7 pin Kansan, and then I don't know what Kamicha I had. What a disaster. Again. Yeah, it was just too short there for better for the duo pawn for the Ipatsu run there on Simo. We have to win because if anyone wins, they are basically almost guaranteed to hit 30k, except for Shimutsa. But like the price is very usable. They probably, or like if they have 2k, they don't have enough. But if they have anything else, then they of course have enough. Golek or not? I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's fake Golek because it would definitely be pawned. 3, 4, 5 Sansaku, Ipotsimo, shenanigans here. We can't pawn red. Would love to pawn though, but you have such a deficit here as well. We have to Mangan Sumo, or else, or like we probably get 4 because we got into some Tora 3 bullshits when we hit Tempai. Another pair. It's just Shimakiri. Chuman passed as well here on the right. This also seems too sus. I kinda have to call because we are just never completing the hand without a pawn. There are still some chance to get a 4-5, so here. For the Sansuku Tando Tora, another white. Yeah, that is what we want, but yeah, that is one ham Simo with extra full. We are still in a pretty bad spot though, but we have a very good, yeah, we have a good hand here. Double south chance. This is, nah, that's not E something. It's still 2 something. We might be losing out on the Tora, which is unfortunate. Each chance technically as well. And Pinch shape is like kinda ugly because it doesn't give us stun out directly. But it's way of keeping every single tile. And there goes my double south. Easy on the left, and we have to cut a pin here, and then we are E something, and then Tora floater here with a 4 pin. 4 man. Give me, show me a 4 man here. 4 man, pinfu Ichi. It's still double Mushuchi, it's half Shuchi. It's actually good now, it's half Shuchi. So if someone has to choose between the 4 and the 7 man, the 4 man is actually the safer tile. And because it's half Shuchi on the 1 man, so this 4 man might actually come out with this 1 man half taking half Shuchi. The Tora Riichi might also show some desperation for me, so they might be pushing some tiles, especially Torment is still pushing a few tiles, but there aren't that many Shuchis out. 2 man till. In person, I would be looking very sad here on this AK5 throw. Even though we don't have acceptance, you can always make a sad face when you throw very important tiles and just you miss the slide or you miss the Karakiri 5 so the 7 one is kinda sad here, I must say, but like it is what it is. 7 being Chuchi, it almost never deals in. It's almost never deals in, so it's pretty okay. Here 17 here on the left. Here are my 4 mans. There's one across. There's a 6-0 again. Another Dora. I think it almost becomes Shima only though, because the pin towers, the 4 pin Kabe, just ruins everything in the pin suit. There are 3 6s, 3 6-0s I mean. So the monster is the only suit really left for us to be waiting on. We don't even have the Haite Naiman here, it's not safe. People, oh, if we don't get any points here, I'm going to be so mad. We don't even have the Haite because of double calls. 4 man, 4 man. Oh my god. 4-7 here on the right and 3 man Kansan here on the left. Stupid game. And we have a horrible hand here. Kinda want to keep perhaps Naiman there. I saw like a Chanta for some second, but definitely keep the right second there for the open chance. If the Moltra wins, it's over for me because they don't have a Mangan plus. Like they need to run for Hanuman and then Toyman for us to not be lost. You can't open for each. It's so bad, but it's something, right? There's our Tora acceptance. And this is never going to win. This is so sad, by the way. We all Atosuke here for the. Give me a 6. Just like there's just no the point in like this hand. Well, like the idea here is if we get Tempai, we try to rin some because we are Atosuke on every single out. So I think it's better to rin some later. Or try to rin some. But now we just have to get any Tempai as fast as possible. And there are some chances that someone deals in for enough, but they are pretty slim. That someone deals in for enough that we are not for, and there's a sumo here, and they certainly have enough. But they also had probably did they have enough? I think so. We can check the log. This G though, this G, it's just like so much, but in Tonpuusen you can just go everything. They have a Dora here, and then they did it for E something here, and then we two pin here into Kansan there. And there's a deal in on the one chance here. On the double sabo, one's got both. And here, unfortunately, we just didn't have a chance, or we don't have a choice, I mean, and doing the wall. 8 so just progression here, the R2 8 so on the right, and then we got the K here, and then it was just so unfortunate here, because like the Warsaw is the most efficient card, but it has Dora acceptance, and oh my god, they pumped here. They pumped the 7, so here a 7-1 here. And that this tilts into a toy hand, and then it's not Warsaw, and then they got a 5, and then the 3. I knew the Warsaws were pretty sus. But I just don't think we can do anything here though. With the 3-sided wave for Tonpuu. I just don't think there's any option to like it might be like an extra ramen or something because they don't want to have Atosuke weight there as well. But it's just like so stupid. Like I guess 6 pin into 2 pin would be interesting, and then the force here for the 1 so I guess. But I just don't think there's any. Like if it's 2,000 points, it's fine. But like if it's Mangan or Hanuman even, it's kind of not fine, you know. Like you don't know the value of the hands, and it's now the 1/4. So here with the 3 so being Toto here as well. But we don't want to push the 2 so out because of the Toto, and then we. Yeah, they could have gotten. Nah, I think that's right what they did. And then for the extra 1 so here for the just a 5,200, it's perfectly fine here. And Dorman 5/8 man here on the Tora with Tora 1. And then we are basically done. So here this is a mistake. We should have just 2 shot here. Just boost. We should have just boost the 2 show and then have the Sabo. It's 2 tiles versus 4 tiles. And then we did miss the Ipatse here on the 8 pin. It's very painful. It was just Riichi Ipatse, but like it's way better than not having anything here. And Kamisa was on a Sabo there. How did they not have the 5 pin acceptance? I see. And then they Shimakiri 2 more 5 pins. I'm tempted to just got 8 pin here. play the 8 pin instead of the 5 pin. Yeah, and it is sad because we played 3k and our Tonpuusen is over. Already Tempeon comes on 3 and now switching to the Sabo. And then we just spawn. There's just nothing too cool for and then the Sumo here on the 4 pin. And we just see at the top of the here with the Sansaku as well for the manga, but it's really difficult to complete the 3 here, and then we have to read for Tando Nomi. And then here the Riichi, and spoiler alert, not even 3000 points. That is Tempai here on the right. 447 as well, and then Torment has a wait. This Kamita that is Tempai. Torment is not. There are still the 4 months are in the war here, trolling me in here at the end. And the Caswin, and they kept the extra best. I didn't even see that. And the best card is usually Tempai here, or like they don't need the con. I don't know why they held it. And then there's Ramen into Tanky, into not an East Tanky. Oh, it's Futon. I see, it's Futon. And then the Riichi here into for 2-5. And then we can't here to the Nido, Ipatsimo, of course. And we are still stuck here. And then the Simo ends the game. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.